Alright, Shalom, welcome back to another lesson. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honors, and glories due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kwadash, a double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And also, I would like to give peace, blessings, and salutations out there to the elect. Right, that includes you believers, the men, women, and children, and also you fellow laborers, the prophets and the teachers that make their bodies as a living sacrifice to you. I say shalom, wherever you may be located, and may the blessing of election be upon you and your household. Shalom to the elect scattered abroad. Shalom. I'm gonna do a video, a lesson about this situation that happened in Baltimore, and I think it goes way back in 2017. I think that's when the situation occurred. So I watched a little bit of the video. As you can see here, I got to the 7 minute mark. You have two individuals, right? You have two individuals. They were pretty close, right? One, they seem to be friends, right? They seem to be friends. Now you have a cousin, right? The cousin is smashing the guy's girl, okay? And the man, um, the man asked him to pretty much fall back, and it's a confusing situation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna let the narrator talk, in this video, and he will explain the situation, right? And then from there, I'm gonna go and get a few scriptures.
Now the situation has turned to life or death. It's a case of a man
I got hit with an ad.
who slayed another man in broad daylight, all because he was mad at his cousin. Back in 2017, 31-year-old LaRon Griffin was navigating life in Baltimore. LaRon had a few bumps along the way, like many of us growing up in that environment. A few run-ins with police, but he was still, at the time, alive and free. And in the city, to make it past 30 is a big accomplishment. LaRon went by the nickname Level, and around his way on Pennsylvania Avenue, that's what everybody called him. In February of 2017, LaRon was outside hanging on the block when another man, 35-year-old Antonio Macklin, walked up. Antonio was also known in the area and went by the nickname Bone. Before this day, LaRon and Antonio were cordial and knew a lot of the same people. But now, Antonio was approaching LaRon about a situation. He was mad LaRon's cousin was seeing a young lady he had an on and off again relationship with. Antonio explained Shorty was just mad at him because she saw a text come through his phone a month ago that implicated he might have gotten another woman pregnant. Antonio felt strongly that his girl was just on some get back type of time, so he told LaRon, tell your cousin to fall back from my peoples, or it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. So the guy, pretty much his cousin, right? His cousin was, with a man, and the man was his friend, and pretty much he came to confront the guy and say, look, what's going on with the situation. And he said, no, 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 don't worry about it. She's just, messing around. She's doing what she's doing. And the other guy got upset, right? The other guy got upset, and he was like, no, 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 she needs to stop what she's doing. And then they started clashing heads, and then disrespect comes. Now, what I've noticed is that a lot of young Israelite men, they lack the ability to resolve conflicts. Okay, they always resort to violence, and that's part of the curses. Okay, that's part of the curses, and ultimately it's part of how this system has trained them. From a childhood, the only role model that they had in their lives, if there were no male figures around, right, inside the household, was their mother. Okay, that was their only role model, and the mother is known for being especially most black women, right? Most black women. I'm not going to call them Eves because they don't deserve to be called Eves. But most black women, they are known for being emotionally irrational. They don't think logically, so they resort to emotions. And you have something that's called impulses, right? They act on their impulses. However they feel, they act on it. Okay, look on YouTube and look at all these different outbursts that happens in a store, in a restaurant, and it's usually in a low income restaurant, right? Like a Popeyes or a Wendy's. And the most outbursts that you will see, sometimes you will see Edomite women, but you will see a lot of so called black women. You will never see Latin women, right? Because they're known for being feminine, right? And they're known uh, for at least being calm and temperamental, okay? For the most part, not all of them, right? But the so-called black woman, she's known for being very angry, okay, and also having impulses. So when she acts on those impulses, okay, it brings forth confusion. And you, as an Israelite man that's growing up, this is what you see from day-to-day life, okay. And children, they're known for emulating what they see. That's why the best way to train a child, as the scripture says, train up a child in the scriptures. This is Proverbs 22, verse 6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, right? In the righteous path you want him to go. And when he is old, when he is of age, he will not depart from it. And this is true on the right hand side and on the left. That's why having a perfect role model in a child's life is probably the most important in that child's development, because when that child grows up, he's going to emulate how you behave, he's going to emulate how you talk, right? He's going to emulate what you believe in, okay? Right, for the most part, he's going to emulate what you believe in, and he's going to have a strong foundation to fall upon. But if we're applying it to the left hand, right, to a bad role model, this is what you get. A lot of emotional, irrational men who just can't resolve conflicts, and they're very quick to taking a life, okay? This situation could have been resolved through just a dialogue. No egos, no pride, no none of that. But when you have hyper masculine men, right, who are oftentimes suffering with illnesses, right, depressions, demons, right, anger issues, it breeds a playground of destruction, and that destruction is the hood. Okay, that playground is the hood, and this is what you get. Two men who couldn't resolve a conflict. One takes another guy's life, and he spends life in prison, all because of a fucking woman. And that same woman is still smashing other guys. What did you accomplish? You know, it's crazy. Let me go ahead and get a scripture. This is Proverbs 13, verse 20, right? And it says here, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise. Okay? And this is why having a connection, right? Can't think right now, but having a connection of people, okay, who have wisdom, knowledge, understanding that you can fall back on, you can take counsel from, right? You can take advice from. Having that within your circle is a beautiful thing, because when you get into situations like this, you know, and this is on a smaller level, you'll be able to receive the proper advice on how to move forward. But these two men, right? These two, they're grown up, but they still have a child mindset, okay, that they learn from their fucking mothers, okay? They don't have that type of counsel and advice. The only counsel and advice in the hood is, oh, you're gonna go like that, right? Oh, yeah, that man, he bitched you, he son you. You gotta do something about that. Not everything needs to be resolved with violence, okay? And there are some situations where you have to take the low, take the L, and live another day. But that's something that Israelite men they just can't do. They just can't do. Okay? Let me get this scripture right here. Okay, this is Proverbs 22, verse 24. It says, make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man thou shalt not go, lest thou learn his ways and get a snare to thy soul. Okay? Be not thou one of them that strike hands, or of them that are sureties of debt. So it stops right there. You know, you don't want to be in a company, right, with furious people like this, because you're gonna learn of their ways and become like them. And this is applying to the dynamic of a child and a mother, because a child and a mother is, you know, in a lower sense, is like a type of friendship, type of dynamic, but it goes deeper than that. It's a, you know, it's a family relation type dynamic. But as a child, right, you look at your mother as like your closest friend. And if she is a furious individual, you're going to learn of her ways, and it's just going to lead to all types of confusion. And this is what you have, you know. This is Proverbs 6, verse 34. It says, for jealousy, right, is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. And all this whole situation happened because of adultery, okay? Adultery, and the man couldn't step down, right? Because she was messing with another man and he didn't like it. And, you know, just violence broke out. Okay? Violence broke out. One man lost his life and another man went to jail, right, for the rest of his life. You know, life in prison. Okay? All because of adultery. And what I find funny is that the woman who did the act of the adultery and bred this confusion, she didn't do anything to resolve it. You know, these two men could have had a counsel with her, and she would have, you know, came out and said, oh, you know, it's my fault, I apologize, this and that. No, 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 no. She's not gonna do that, right? What is she gonna do? Well, let's go ahead and get the scriptures. That's in Ecclesiastes 7 verse 26, and it says, I find more bitter than death the woman, right, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases the Most High shall escape from her, right? The elect. Men in the Lord have, you know, came across wicked women, right, in their lives, but through the mercies and the grace of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, they have escaped her, right? But the sinner shall be taken by her. And this man was taken by, right, by that woman, by the confusion that she brought during the situation. And one man lost his life and another man went to jail. And this is happening all throughout, okay, America, where the Israelites live predominantly, right? Because you have two types of Israelites. You have the ones that grew up in this type of environment, and you have the ones that grew up in a suburban environment, that went to school, they're educated, you know, they tend to mingle themselves amongst the other nations, okay? So you have two types of archetypes of Israelites, two types of archetypes, okay? You have two archetypes of Israelites. So in this scenario, in this hood environment, you know, these women, especially the so-called black women, they're very known. They're known for causing chaos. Okay, and this is the many ways that they cause chaos. Okay, many men have lost their lives over women, and it's a sad thing, because this is not something that should necessarily resort to violence. Okay, but because of the curses and the lack of guidance that Israelite men now have nowadays, right, and the culture that they're being brought up in, this is the end result. And this is why we need Yahweh Shai, right? That's that scripture, give the Lord no rest till he makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth. We're not a praise in the earth. We're a fucking laughing stock, okay? We're a fucking laughing stock. And our people have been turned into niggers, okay? Niggers. I said the word niggers. This is the end result, from children of the Most High to fucking niggers, okay? And this shit is crazy, man. It's hard to believe. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 54. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate. At one point in time, we were loving, like had a brotherly love towards one another. His eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. And this is a perpetual curse happening all throughout the Israelite community, especially here in America, right? Because it seems that when you go outside of America, the curses kind of dwindle down a bit, right? But here in America, the vibration of the curses is on the highest frequency possible. Okay, and ultimately, this started way before the 1600s, right during the Middle Ages. You had Israelites' eyes being towards their brother, killing each other, having wars, land, waging wars against each other, killing. There's just a lot of crazy things that was happening during the Dark Ages, and the reason for that is because the curses were already upon us, but now they've just been magnified to a higher level, So I'm gonna go ahead and get one more scripture. This is Sirach 9 verse 9, and it says, "Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine." Meaning, don't go on a date with her, right? Lest thine heart incline unto her, right? You start lusting after her, and you start catching feelings for her. And so through thy desire thou shalt fall into destruction. And this is a very dangerous thing. Um, I have been in situations, multiple situations, where I was, because of my job, my situation, I had to talk to married women. And you can see that the married woman, like the woman that's married, she starts feeling you, like she was feeling me. And I had to call on Yahweh Bashmi Yashai, because once women give you that lustful eyes, you as a man, right, and you have that testosterone flowing, right, you start to think these type of thoughts. So you have to do whatever you can, to quench that lust, because there are good lust, right? When you're lusting after a woman that's single, and then there are terrible lusts that will lead you into destruction, to death, which is the lusting after a married woman. Okay, and you have to have the mental fortitude and also the discipline to uh, what's the word I'm looking for, to preserve through that trial, to preserve through that temptation. Because everything is a test. Essentially, everything is a test, and the Lord uses Satan to test us in many ways, and in many ways he tests us, or the most common avenue is through a woman. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play the rest of the video. Then I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson right there.
Listening to how clowned out the situation sounded, LaRon let it be known that's not his situation. His cousin could smash who he wanted to, and nobody was gonna do nothing to him.
And which is wicked. You're supposed to tell your friend, hey, look, you know what you're doing is wrong. You should fall back from this situation. You should leave her alone. This is Proverbs 13 verse 20. It says, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. And him not having the right knowledge on what to tell his friend, and cost him his life, because he could have prevented this situation through and through.
Telling Antonio he was geeking and out of pocket. The two exchanged a few words, then they both bopped off. A few days later, on February 28th, LaRon was back outside, standing in front of a mini mart in the 1500 block of Pennsylvania Avenue. It was a warm day for a February, and a lot of people were on the block. One man kept bopping up and down like he was scoping something out, but nobody really paid it no mind. Then seconds later, the man hit the cut and multiple shots went off, causing people to panic and the shooter to disappear in the commotion. BPD was already in the area and responded to the scene to find LaRon suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He would unfortunately pass away on the block. witnesses who saw the whole thing.
Yeah, and that's the end result, man. Let me get one more scripture. This is Hosea 4, right? Verse 1, it says, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, right? This is who the Lord is speaking to, the children of Israel. For the Lord, Yahweh Shai, has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land, right? And the land is a people before it's a place. You could say it's talking about America, but really it's talking about the nation of Israel, right? The people. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery. And essentially, this applies to Babylon the Great, pursuant to Jeremiah 50, verse 33. It says, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that held them fast, refused to let them go. You know, the captives, okay? Which is, the captives are the Edomites. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood, and you get death, right? When lust is conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and when sin is conceived, it bringeth forth death. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. With the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, yea, the fishes of the sea shall also be taken away. I'm going to jump down to verse 6. It says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, right? Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. And this is the end result of what you get. Okay? Complete destruction, complete desolation, right? Of the children of the Most High. Okay? That's why the Lord is only coming for the elect, the ones, the ones who make themselves ready, right, for the bridegroom. Okay, that's all I have. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out there, giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Double honors to them, and I want to give peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect, wherever you may be scattered, the men, women, and children, the believers, and also you fellow laborers out there. To you I say shalom, and may the blessing of election be upon you and your household. Shalom to the hopeful elect. We need to get out of here. Shalom.